All right. Good morning and welcome to today's 5 for 5 devotion. So our Olympians Ministry and my D group, we've been reading through 1 John. And in 1 John, we're reading about how people can recognize who we belong to by the way we behave. If we belong to God, if we're children of God, then our behavior will be righteous. Now that can only happen if we spend time talking to God every day through prayer and spending time in His Word. Because when I read His Word, the Bible, every day, not only do I read it, but it reads me back. It's like looking in a mirror and seeing the flaws and then correcting them. And then going out and living righteously that day. That's how our quiet time should be every day. It should be an opportunity to spend time with God, to speak to God, and then live the rest of the day as a reflection of Him. When I think about reflecting God, it makes me think about Moses. Moses would get to spend time with God and speak to Him face to face. He would go inside a tent of meeting, and while he was in that tent, the Word says in Exodus 33 that he would speak to God face to face as like someone who was speaking to a friend. Wow! Moses could talk to the God who created the whole universe, the one and only true God, like a friend. Isn't that amazing? Well, Jesus said to His disciples in John 15:14, He said, "You are my friends if you do what I command." We can be friends with God. Now, here's the amazing thing about Moses. The second time he went up to Mount Sinai to get the Ten Commandments, the first one he crushed because he was upset with the people that were worshiping idols. So he went back up to get the Ten Commandments on stone tablets again. When he came back down, the people could see his face shining. He had been with God. And the glory of the Lord was just shining off Moses. And the people were afraid of Moses, so he would have to wear a veil over his face. But when he would go into that tent of meeting, he would remove the veil and talk to God. And then when he would come back out, he would put the veil back on so he could speak to the Israelites. Now there was a reason why the Israelites were afraid. Their hearts were hardened. You and I are the same way. Until we believed in Jesus, we have a veil that Paul says in 2 Corinthians 3 that covers our minds, it covers our hearts. And a veil has to be removed in order for us to see God clearly. Paul talks about this, like I mentioned in 2 Corinthians 3, in verses 16 through 18, he says, whenever someone turns to the Lord, becomes a believer, the veil is taken away. For the Lord is the Spirit. And where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. That freedom to be able to boldly go before God, to live for God freely. Verse 18, so all of us who have had that veil removed can see and reflect the glory of the Lord. Listen to that. We can see the glory of the Lord, and then we can reflect the glory of the Lord. And the Lord, who is the Spirit, makes us more and more like Him as we are changed into His glorious image. We are being changed daily into His image. Back to who we're supposed to be, the image of God. You can only do that by spending time with God. You see who He is and then you reflect it. Boy, that our faces could shine like Moses, right? I mean, we have that eternal glory that we're looking forward to. But I want my life to shine so much that people can just look at me and say, wow, he's been with the Lord. Wouldn't that be amazing? I hope you have the opportunity to do that. You get the opportunity to spend time with God every day. I hope you do that today and every day. And I hope you reflect God to everyone you see. Hey, love you. Have a great day.